Hey there, everyone. Sorry for the lack of updates. If you haven't seen my Twitter, the main reason for the lack of updates is because I recorded Metro 2033 about a couple weeks back, but for some reason the footage didn't record. Like, the audio recorded, but I didn't get any footage. And that left me at a bit of a conundrum. I still have the audio right here. It's about to pop up, so just so you know, I'm not trying to fool anybody. But yeah, I'm afraid for now Metro 2033 will have to go on hiatus because, for whatever reason, the game only lets you have one save file. Now, there's probably a way to get a backup somehow, probably save it somewhere on your computer or whatever, but I mean, assuming I can even access that save file. But I wanted to show you guys this mission, but I can't, and my only option would be to start over. Or just go on with the next mission, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to just do that, because, you know, it's like, I stopped here, and it's kind of jarring to jump from that point to this random point here. So, I'm probably gonna try to get back to where I was before I lost the footage. And hopefully that won't take too long, so I'm gonna have a game or two in between that. Of course, you never know. I mean, there are some things going on in real life that could hamper that. Like, for example, I'm probably gonna be moving soon. That's gonna probably be a bit, so hopefully things will go smoothly, but obviously nothing in life is guaranteed. Besides, you know, death and taxes. But anyway, but to make up for the lack of updates, every day this week I'm gonna have episodes. So for this week, at the very least, there's gonna be 5 episodes of this game that I'm about to play, which you've read the title, you know what I'm about to play. Depending on how well that goes, on my workload at the very least, I might be able to continue with the 5 episodes a week thing, but I don't know for sure. We'll see. But this week, at the very least, you're getting 5 episodes to hopefully make up for the lack of updates as of late. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my little romp through Doki Doki Literature Club. Speaking of, let's, actually get to that, shall we? I've been interested in playing this game for a while now. I don't know much about it, aside from, I'm guessing it's a visual novel? Based on what I saw on the Steam page. Like, it said, this game is similar to these games you've played, and it showed me Honey Pop and Danganronpa. And both of them are visual novels, at least Danganronpa is. Honey Pop is like a hybrid visual novel puzzle game, I do believe. But who knows, I might have some fun with this. Now, I did notice some warnings at the beginning saying, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed, and that you may not have a good time if you have anxiety or depression. And at some point, it says, by clicking this, you're over 13 and you're okay with all this. Which, yeah, I'm over 13. I'm okay with this stuff. At least I hope I will be. Dwan, who suggested that I play Doki Doki Literature Club, he did so, and also said he said he wants me to play it, and he doesn't want me to play it because he's thinking I won't have a good time playing this, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, let's actually get started. First, I want to make sure I'm recording right now. Also, I'm recording in the middle of the night. It's 3:33 right now. Anyway, new game. Please enter your name. All right. My name is M. You can just call me M. Oh, this looks nice. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Right, I should probably point out that I cannot promise that I'll pronounce any of these names correctly. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Aww. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Em! Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori, whatever you say. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Em, have you decided on a club to join yet? You know, I think I only joined one club in high school. It was drama club. I don't remember doing a whole lot in it, as in I barely attended. You know, I regret not attending that too much. I feel like I would have had a lot of fun. A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. Well, how would you know that? You told me you would join a club this year. Well, things could change, Sayori. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. That almost sounds like me in high school, except I actually tended to focus on being above average a whole lot. I'd rather not get into that. Uh-huh! I was talking about how worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Oh, that's sweet. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a need in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a need again? I've heard that term get thrown around, but I don't know what that actually means. I know it's an acronym for something, isn't it? You know, chances are future me is gonna know what this means and edit it somewhere in the video. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Does that have to be a pinky promise? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh, what a quaint little classroom. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I apologize if my voice sounds a bit rough. I think I'm still recovering from the flu that I had like 2 weeks ago. I mean, now everything else is fine. I promise you that everything else about me is fine. The worst of the symptoms is past. It's just that right now I have a bit of a rough voice. Though for all I know, I may have re-caught the flu from my mom. She got sick with it too. And apparently this particular strain of the flu tends to mutate. That's fun. I should get back to the game now. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Well, what is her club? Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Oh, right. I forgot that she was on the image. There were 4 girls on that image, and she's one of them. It took me a bit to think, she's on the cover, isn't she? Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Please don't wind up like those two girls from Katawa Shoujo. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Believe me, I know this. I know this for a friggin' fact. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! I can't even do high-pitched voices. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member! I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? I'm supposed to be a dude in this? I didn't know. Huh. Crap. Well, good thing I happen to know that the name Emil exists. Way to kill the atmosphere. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I only see one cute girl here, thank you very much. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Yuri, I like how she looks. It's totally not because purple's my favorite color. Certainly not that. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Em. Monica smiles sweetly. Why does she pose like that? We do know each other. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. She looks fine. She does look athletic, I can see that. Basically, completely out of my league. And yeah, she does look like a popular girl. Like, I don't know, she has that look that screams, I'm popular. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Em! We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them! I'll get them! Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one more space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Sounds tasty. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one! Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Hi. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Could be. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Now you're making me hungry. Jeez. But why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Oh, is someone being a tsundere? Is that what you're doing? By the way, your hair clip looks... Well, depending on how you look at that, it's either an hourglass or a ribbon, and it's red. Is it wrong that my first thought was the Black Widow spider, but I noticed it looked like an hourglass? Oh, hi, Windows. Do you mind going away for a moment? Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you, dummy. All right. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Ooh, debates. I'm not fond of debates. Well, Seriously, why are you making that pose? What's the point? To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Well, that's not a bad reason. Definitely not a bad reason to avoid that stuff. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Maybe. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, Dwan keeps trying to get me to read stuff, and I'm just like, I don't have the time. I want to write other stuff. I want to edit. You know, it's weird. I mentioned that writing's one of my hobbies, but I hardly read. That kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? So, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga... I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh! Well, that kind of ties back to that story I had about Dwan. He's trying to get me to read The Hobbit right now. He keeps telling me, when are you finishing chapter 3? I'm like, I'll get to it soon-ish. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but you know, I like a lot of things. Oh shit, did it automatically? Oh god, I think it automatically moved on. Maybe, I don't know. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ooh, that's a good one. Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror! Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Is this game gonna try to push me towards a Natsuki romance or something? Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? But what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called, "Don't say it out loud! And give that back!" Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Excuse you? I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I can relate to this. I understand how Natsuki feels. Thank you, Yuri. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Sure, if you say so. Isn't that right, Em? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and... I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Yeah, that's... Don't look at me like that, Natsuki! But... I'm sorry, I thought... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. I don't think they're... Jeez, it's so weird me reading this and me thinking, but they're not beautiful. I mean, they look fine. Yuri looks nice, but beautiful? I don't know. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official! Welcome to the literature club! Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Aw, isn't that sweet? I'm well past the time limit here. I'm gonna try to finish this up. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Well, if I gotta pick one, I know who I'm picking. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, okay, I guess we're doing this. Alright, I gotta end the episode though. I am well past my time limit here. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, I'm gonna write a poem. I'm gonna give you a quick warning though. I suck at rhyming. I really suck at rhyming, okay? Like, I can't it's hard for me to think of words that rhyme about right off the bat. Like, sometimes I can think of something, but most of the time it's like, what rhymes with this? Anyhow, I hope you have a good morning, day, or night, wherever you are, and I will catch you later.